That's an amazing piece of music, man.
Bye.
Wow.
No, and welcome to the Super Fun Awesome Happy Time Pedal Show. My name is Gabor.
Hi, welcome. I'm Alex, and we've got a crazy delay today.
Yes, so this is one of the first pedals now we're going to do in what we call the Super Fun Awesome Happy Time remakes.
Digitally
remastered remakes. So this is probably, I'm just going to say, our third ever video we filmed was this. If you want to have a laugh, it's there.
Don't.
And we thought, some of those pedals we did ages ago when, the video and sound quality weren't maybe quite as good as they are now. Not that they're fantastic now, but, it's better now. We thought, let's revisit some of these pedals and see what we can do with it.
Some of our favourites. So this is the Black Fountain.
By Old Blood Noise Endeavours.
Hey, before we get into some sounds, though, if you could hit like and subscribe on the video, a thumbs up was always appreciated, and ding the notification bell, and we'll let you know next time a video is up. And today we have a bit of a different setup for guitar sounds. We're going through a Mesa Engineering.
Can you see it there?
Transatlantic 30.
Yes, you can just see it there.
TA30, it's the Transatlantic 30.
Yes.
Now let's go through a 1x12 with a greenback mic with a LEWITT MTP. What is it?
MTP440.
That's the one.
Hello, LEWITT people.
And a Shore 57, and as well as we got the ENGL CABLOADER in the effects loop for.
It fell.
It's cool. It can work on 45 degrees, which is pretty cool. And it's got some IR magic happening too, so the blend of all those sounds.
There's a video on that here as well.
We're on the I'm going to call it the left channel.
It's
basically a Voxy type thing.
Voxy type thing, yes.
Top boost clean thing. Yeah.
Yes, top boost clean thing. We'll take a photo of that. We will definitely. We definitely won't forget that.
Through the power of television, you can see that scene. Cool. And you got the baritone.
So I played a bit of Barry in the intro. So this is my Eastwood Side Jack Deluxe baritone. Big thank you to Michael and everyone at Eastwood for sending it out. And clean. Do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
Yeah, sure.
I'll start. Okay, clean. It sounds suchly. So the Black Fountain, this particular one is the first version. I know there's a newer version now with an expression out as well. I don't know if they changed anything else about it. But I bought this when All Blood Noise literally just started, I think. I think that was their first pedal release.
Sure.
And I liked the idea of an oil can delay. So the idea behind it is it's a digital new version of an oil can delay. So oil can delays are things that were, I think, around in the 60s, possibly 70s.
In the olden days.
And through, I guess, witchcraft and things like that, you have this box full of oil, and the oil spins, and the sound kind of goes in there, and then somehow comes out.
Later on.
Hence
delayed.
And it's delayed.
Yeah.
And it's a echo delay unit, but slightly different sort of sound. And this is sort of based on the old, I think Fender made them, Telray made them. And that's sort of their version on it. So let's have a look. So we've got 4 knobs. We've got time. Let's put them all at 12 o'clock. Time, feedback, mix, and fluid. Now, and then you have a 3-way toggle switch, which is modern, organ, and vintage. Now, in modern and vintage, time and feedback are what you would expect from any delay. So time is the delay time, feedback is the amount of repeats, mix is 100% dry to 100% wet, and fluid is the modulation, basically. Yeah. So you can get a quite deep modulation, or sort of chorusing, vibrato-y kind of thing, or very little of it. Now, when you're in organ mode, we'll get to that later, it's actually a fixed delay time of, I believe, 211 milliseconds. Classic
number.
And those are actually more controls over the modulation then. But we'll get to that. So how about we'll start in modern?
Sure.
And we'll just have a look. Everything at 12 o'clock. Well, let's turn the modulation down for now. Mix at 50%. And let's just have a look at... It's quite a dark delay.
It's very dark, yeah.
Very dark.
Yep.
So it sounds suchly. And actually that's pretty cool. If you turn it all the way down and that up,
Yeah.
you get that. And you turn the modulation up, and it's sweet, man.
Sweet.
I really like this delay. This is a delay I quite like. I've used quite a lot and
Yeah.
enjoy quite a bit. That kind of does play with the pitch a little bit as well, I think. So
yeah, that's how short it goes, and it will go quite long. Is it 800?
I think it says it's 800 milliseconds.
Yeah.
It feels maybe a bit shorter, almost. Maybe the original version, because I've got the manual here for the current version. Maybe the original version wasn't as long. Maybe it was a bit. It feels shorter than 800 milliseconds.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Count it in your head, see how long
Yes,
it is.
yes.
So, yeah, if we add some feedback and, of course, the fluid modulation.
It's a lovely sounding delay. Now, modern and vintage are kind of the same. So actually, let's just try now. Let's find a nice sort of spot.
Definitely lends itself to the ambient thing.
It's a very ambient thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So modern and vintage, the main difference I think is vintage is meant to be more lo-fi.
Let's check it out.
But other than that, I think everything else is pretty much
Swap
the same.
between the two.
It's a more sort of rounded, gooey sound.
And slightly grainier too.
Yeah. It definitely has a sort of more rounded off sound, I find, the vintage thing.
I think the vintage thing becomes its own sound. It's a bit more of a statement. If you just want like a dark echo that sits behind you, maybe the modern one's better for that. But the vintage definitely has a character of its own and becomes its...
I should mention there's also an internal trim pot for overall volume. It does, to me, seem like it boosts... I haven't touched the internal trim pot, but it does seem like it boosts the volume a bit, which I quite liked a lot of times when I used it in band situations and stuff, because it almost gives you a lead boost.
Sure.
You use it kind of like a lead boost delay.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Do you want to try out the... we'll go to the organ part, and then you try that out, and I'll switch over to...
Okay, this is the Tompkins with a clean tone.
So now that is a fixed delay time at, I believe, 211 milliseconds. Now Fluid gives you basically the amount of repeats now. So you go from 1 repeat.
1, check.
More than
More than 1.
3.
Still more than 1.
Still more than 1, yes. So that's now become your feedback, basically. And these two now are more for modulation now. So I believe this is the depth, maybe, of the modulation. So it's quite a, you can quite heavily modulate it. So if you turn that up, it's very modulated.
And all wet too.
And all wet.
So,
So with this,
like super lo-fi vibrato
yeah,
of organ.
should just quickly show it. Mix all the way down is all dry, and all the way up is all wet. It's cool.
It's great.
And then you can get it more.
I love things that make a statement.
Well, that's definitely a statement,
There's
yeah.
no like beige attitude
No.
to it at all.
And then you turn the fluid up a bit, and you get more repeats, and then it's almost kind of like again, it's an atmospheric thing more than anything else. You can turn the modulation down a bit.
If you want. Let's try without less modulation to see how it goes.
There you go. So you can turn the modulation down. So that's the speed and that's the depth, right? So you can have the depth all the way up, speed all the way down.
Weird because there's this obviously a delay because there's no dry signal.
No dry signal.
So
Well, I'll turn all the audio.
200 millisecond delay. So it'd be cool if you're recording to actually record those and then pop it back in time.
Yeah.
So just get this.
It's cool.
Isn't that neat?
It's almost like a little bit sort of instant knobs demo.
Sure. Totally.
You know. And then there'll be some weird
Tiny dinosaur.
soldiers running around.
Dinosaur,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you do the stuff, I think. Yeah. Well, so maybe we should go back to the modern thing then,
Sure.
and turn it maybe just a little bit of modulation.
Need a bit more feedback, I think.
A bit more feedback.
So it's almost like a big overdone spring reverb. That's a.
Is that about right for slapback?
The weird rubbery finger thing today. Maybe a little bit quicker. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, it's not like any other delay with that.
No, it's a whole different thing. It's
Yeah.
not a normal delay. It's if you want something that's kind of like a delay but a little bit different.
I can see having this analog or a tape type delay on your board, and they're not going to tread on each other's toes sonically.
No. You can even run them into each other. So you can have the wacky modulation and then that running into a normal delay, or vice versa.
Mine are.
Well, I think that's pretty much it. That's the Black Fountain but oil can delay. God, I couldn't think of that. Sorry, oil can delay.
And it's definitely different to a tape delay.
Yeah, completely.
Tape is actually really quite bright. We've had a real one in here, Space Echo, and it's really quite bright, especially with new tape.
There's a video on that here.
Oh, there it is. And
oh, there it is.
so, and it's different to like a straight analog Bucket Brigade memory man type thing.
It's its own thing.
It's definitely different.
It's completely different.
Digital, so it's it's fun.
Check it out. All
If
Blood
nothing
Noise
else,
Endeavors.
It's fun.
Exactly right. So while people are having fun, what should they be doing, Alex?
Oh well. Stop these segues, they're crap. There's
Great.
links. It's rubbish. There's links below to our Instagram, Facebook, our podcast, which we have guests on occasionally and chat about all this kind of stuff.
Yep.
And our Facebook group, which is fun. It's called the Super Fun Awesome Happy Time Pedal.
No, just super fun gear chat.
That's right.
There's a Linktree link
Too many
below.
words.
There's a Linktree link below, and it takes you to all those places.
And also thanks for stopping by, watching the pedal demo.
The remake,
Yes,
digitally remastered, 24-bit.
24 bits. Bits of what? Just bits of things.
Just bits of things.
Bits of cheese.
So, yes,
Cheese.
24 bits of cheese remake of the Black Fountain. Killer. I think it's a killer delay. It's still one of my favorite delays.
Yep.
So check it out.
Thanks for hanging out. See ya.